a man marries his mother.
His mother. Or the opposite.
And the daughter marries his
the father. Or the opposite.
Yes.
Like you intentionally say, I will marry the opposite.
In the sense that it's not in the literal sense. It is in the sense that the values that were modeled by the mother will shape the choice of that boy.
Yeah.
The values that were shaped by the father, or rather espoused by the father, will shape the choice of that girl.
Welcome again to another episode of Working Moms. We are officially in season 2. And like you can see on the thumbnail and the topic, on the title, we are featuring the other side of working moms, who are the partners, the fathers, the husbands of any working mom. Because like I was telling a friend of mine, any successful working mom will either be because of a supporting husband, a supporting partner, or a supporting father of their children. So we cannot ignore that other side. And that's why today I am so excited and honored to be having Filbert here in studio. And I'll give him a moment to introduce himself. Hi, Filbert.
Hi, Lucy. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me on your show. Yeah, it's such a great honor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Introduce yourself. Wani Baba Nani? What do you do for a living? Are you married?
All right. My name is Philbert July. I am married to one wife. She is called Christabel Wabuda. And between us, we have 4 children, 3 boys and 1 girl. So Keith, Ian, Joey, and Anaya. Yeah.
Oh, good
really,
stuff.
Yes.
Good stuff.
I'm a working father, but I think my full-time job is to raise these children.
Really?
Yes.
What would you describe a full-time job as?
This is something that I do consciously and unconsciously.
Yeah.
Though I do my marketing thing on the side, at the back of my mind, I am thinking about how am I going to make the life of these
children,
young ones count.
Yeah.
For eternity. So for me, it's very important.
I was speaking to a mutual friend of ours. And I was telling them I'm shooting with you. They're like, no, I have to be in studio to watch. And like, why? Why Filbert? It's like, because I admire how he does his parenting and his fatherhood. So I think it's a great job. And I couldn't be more honored to have you as the first person
I'll
here.
ask you after the show who that
person is. I will see if I'll tell you.
Yep.
All right, cool. And you're also an author.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about it?
I am an author. I've written a book called Molding a Disciple.
Yeah.
And it's basically me sharing my experiences and with other parents on how to navigate the challenges of raising children.
A child, yeah.
We've covered several topics. I think one of my favorite is that children belong to the community.
Really? So, even this day and age?
Yes.
Because
whether you like it or not, there is a community around you that is raising your child.
It's true.
So it's very
intentionally
important for you.
Or unintentionally.
Yes.
Yeah.
And whether you are intentional about it or not, imagine it is a choice that you make as a parent.
Yeah.
And so intentionality around identifying that community and ensuring that they espouse the same values you carry is very important for you as a parent.
And in community, do you mean even like the area you live?
Absolutely. The area you live, your neighbors.
Even the country you choose to go live in.
The country.
Yeah.
The laws of the land.
Of that land, yeah.
That whole thing is a community, and it affects your children a lot.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. Because in my head, I'm thinking community. You know, the one for Kitambo where if someone is passing and do something wrong, they are beaten and it's okay.
Yes.
But yeah, you're right. Yeah. Everything that's happening in the community affects.
There is a community
affects
around
them.
You. Yes.
I don't remember that chapter.
Imagine even the media is a community.
It's true. Yeah. It's true. Because they amplify what the community is up to. Yes. It's so true.
It's a reflection. It's like a
mirror. True. It's a mirror.
It's like a mirror of the society. So whatever they are projecting back to your child, sort of in a way affects how they grow up.
They consume.
Yeah.
I don't remember that chapter. I remember when you brought this book up, I was among the first people to finish it.
Yes, and congratulations, you are among the first people to finish the book.
I know, I read it in a day.
That was so amazing.
But I think I need to read it again because I was not a parent then.
And then you gave me very concise feedback.
Yeah?
I remember,
Oh, wow.
Blog by blog.
By blog. No, I enjoyed it. It's among the few books I've read.
That was amazing.
In a day.
Yeah.
So I think I need to read it again now that I have a child. But my favorite one was around the molding years of a child.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about that a bit?
So children have developmental stages.
Yeah.
When they're younger, you as a parent, they are fully dependent on you. and you have certain responsibilities to ensure that you're bringing up certain characteristics. So I'll give you a specific example. So if a child is 2 years, for instance, one of the things that you need to be careful about is they don't want to feel abandoned. Because at that time, they are fully dependent on you. When they cry, especially when they are younger than 2 years, when they cry, they're actually communicating something.
They are.
So if you don't respond to that cry, that child can feel rejected.
Abandoned,
They can feel abandoned.
Yeah.
So as a parent, what is it that you need to do at that part?
Yeah.
Of course, not entertaining bad habits. Yeah.
Yeah. But is there even a bad habit of a 1 year old? What do they even know?
They do.
Really?
Yes.
What do they even know?
I'm sure you must have experienced
Yeah.
you must have experienced a nipple bite.
I have, yes.
That is
Yes.
bad manners, right?
Yeah, that is bad man.
Yeah.
It happened once.
Yes.
I was
old
nice
were they?
about it.
How old were
They were barely a year.
You see? So,
I
and they know.
pinched and it's never happened again.
They bite you and look
And
at
they
you.
look and smile.
Yes.
It's so true. It's mischievous.
Very mischievous.
Yeah.
The other one, as an example, is when they begin to spit food.
She's doing that now.
Yeah? So how do you sort that out?
Oh my God. Is that what it is?
Yes.
I thought she didn't like the food.
No. It's bad habits.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So as
it's
early
either-
as 1 year.
It's either you're feeding them when they are full, or they just are developing a bad habit. And as a parent, you need to discern. I'm sure
Before
you are
they
able,
think it's okay.
You're able to discern to tell, this is a bad habit developing and I need to nib it because before it becomes a thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it goes on and on and
Until
on.
7 years?
Until 11 years.
Oh, okay.
The reason why I say 11 years is because between 0 and 11, those are the most foundational years of a child.
Yeah.
Because at that time, they are a sponge.
They
If you
absorb.
really want to model something with your child, that is the biggest window you have. Beyond 11, it's sort of course correction,
Yeah.
which will take a lot more effort.
Agreed. I got
But
to
at a younger age, you have an opportunity to really shape the behaviors you want, the characteristics you want. And that's why the presence of a father or a mother at the early developmental stages of a child are very important.
Oh my God, I have so many questions. I was discussing it with a friend of mine and I was saying those early years are like a blank canvas.
Yes.
You can choose what to draw.
You need to write the story you want.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you don't, the community,
Yeah.
and even them, they'll scribble
The
things they
media.
don't understand. The media.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that is so important. So, okay. So, question out of that. I know we are digressing. It's not the way the questions we had, but I think it's a good conversation.
Yes.
So, in the absence of, like nowadays,
Yeah.
situations of people raising children separately, co-parenting
Yeah.
is a big deal.
It is a
So,
big
how does that look like? Because the presence of both is important.
Yeah.
Or what do you think?
It is very important, and that's why the community aspect comes in.
Yeah.
So as a mother, let's say for instance you're a single mom.
Yeah.
You need to intentionally map significant male adults around your child that you believe espouse specific values that you want to be instilled in your child.
Yeah.
So that you intentionally organize for example, games, visits to that particular male.
Yeah.
As the child is growing, they can be able to tap
Associate.
into that.
Okay.
Don't leave it to chance.
Okay.
Because the role of a man cannot be ignored.
It can't, yeah.
In areas where you have difficulty and probably the father of the child is not involved at all in the raising of a child,
There's someone,
then
there's
you
another
can
male.
pick that responsibility and map someone. It could be your brother, it could be your
grandpa.
uncle, it could be your grandfather, but be very intentional around creating time to ensure that the child is interacting with this male and is learning from them.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. I saw a video of, or rather a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger recently. And then it was a split screen.
Yeah.
On the left, it was him and his son that he has raised. Apparently, they had separated. And the gentleman is really built like the father, you know? It's like he's been training a lot. Yeah?
How old is
He's
he?
very toned and all that. On the other side, there was a picture of the other boy and the mother. Unfortunately, the boy who is raised by the mother was obese. Yeah?
Okay, yeah.
And even the clothes he was wearing were looking like female clothes.
Yeah.
And I think at a glance, without even having someone to explain
Deep,
to
you can tell, yeah.
you can begin to tell there's something that is not working, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's, and I think more and more in our community, we are beginning to experience a lot of separation. It is something that we consciously as parents need to think about.
Yeah.
How do I support my child even if the father is not
Yeah,
present?
yeah.
And I believe there is enough support. There are people in the community
They
who are
are.
willing to step in and ensure that they provide a father figure for those children.
And this is still from 2 years, 1 year?
Yes.
Okay.
As early as possible.
Because as we think, no, when they can talk is when I will take them to their uncle or to their whoever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You'll be shocked at a young age that a girl is attracted to male.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've observed that.
Yeah.
But a young girl, when you're visiting,
they find it fascinating. They just want to be
around a male person.
Yeah.
And then a boy,
and it's vice versa for
and
boys.
a boy is attracted to female at a very young age.
Oh my God, can I ask? I read somewhere and it was a bit disturbing, but I think it's the reality of things. That at some point the boy is sometimes confused about being in love with the mother at a certain age.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens, and it actually is said that a man marries his mother.
Or the opposite.
And the daughter marries his
the father. Or the opposite.
Yes.
Like you intentionally say, I will marry the opposite.
In the sense that it's not in the literal sense. It is in the sense that the values that were modeled by the mother will shape the choice of that boy.
Yeah.
The values that were shaped by the father, whatever espoused by the father, will shape the choice of that girl. In the sense, and I'll give you a very practical example. Personally, I look like the brother of my wife.
Oh.
In the estate, when I go there, they actually think I am his brother who lives in the US, which is very interesting.
Yeah.
And we look like exactly, he looks
Did she know? Did she
like,
subconsciously know or she knew?
It came after.
You know. And you'd be surprised she had no idea. She was like, yeah, actually, you guys look the same, but something was brewing you.
When we began to meet relatives, they were like, but he looks like your bro, so and so.
Yeah.
And that's when it dawned on her, like,
yeah, it's true.
So it's true. They would look for the male figure that has been present in their lives.
Yeah. But the vice versa is also true. You talk about values, but even the vices sometimes because of that formative age, without even knowing it. Yeah.
That's why you hear that when ladies who are raised by their fathers who are abusive, they find it abnormal to be in a relationship where they are not abused.
Or where there is just chilling. Like, they're like, where's the drama? Where's the chaos?
Where is the chaos?
Yeah,
and they go at all lengths to push the man to experience that. Because they're like, it's abnormal for me.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, I saw my mom being battered.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm used to.
Yeah. And they don't even know it. Some don't know. It's a subconscious thing. Yes. They don't know why they are attracted to certain situations. So even when there are no chaos, they will look for that drama.
Absolutely.
Because that's the only way it's familiarity. I think in therapy they call it familiar.
Strength, intentionality
to break it.
To break that thing.
Yeah.
And I know many people actually break that thing, but it is not something to just ignore.
It's not an act.
So as we talk about parenting, I think it is important for us to just be aware and be intentional about these things.
Oh, good start of the conversation. Now that we're here, what do you think is the role of a father in bringing up their children?
Wow, that's a loaded question, Lucy. I always give that biblical perspective, in the sense that for me, a father is supposed to raise a disciple. And hence my book, Molding a Disciple. You know why? Because you need to replicate yourself in your child. I'll give the example of Christ.
Yeah.
The reason why Christ chose 12 disciples is because he wanted the propagation of the story of the kingdom. There is an agenda. And those 12 then multiply that. And today we all say that we are Christians.
Yeah.
And so as a father, there's an ideology, there's an ideology that you're passing to the next generation.
Yeah.
And so that is the importance of number one importance. So that would relate to the values.
Yeah.
That would relate to the faith. That would relate in helping your child to understand what is their identity, what is their purpose in life.
Really?
Yes. It is the role of a father to elevate these conversations.
It's father, not even parent.
Yes.
Because I'm about to ask if
father.
those
it
ones...
is very specific. I'm talking about father.
Oh, I feel relieved. As a father. All right.
It is very important for you to elevate this conversation.
Yeah.
Like your child should not be confused when they get out to the world and they're being asked, who are you?
They don't know.
And they cannot be able to figure out who they are. So you are the person who is supposed to elevate that awareness of a child.
Yeah.
You are supposed to protect your child as a father.
Yeah.
To protect them from the evils of the society, to protect them from harm.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a specific example. If you look at statistics, statistics show that a lot of people who go through sex abuse, it is done by family members.
True. It's true.
It's
true. The
cousins,
closest one.
It's either cousins.
Uncles.
It's people they trust. And that trust is what is then abused. So it's either uncles, it's either cousins, it's either people who
Just
are very close or friends of parents.
Yeah.
It is the responsibility of the father
To stay alert.
And provide protection for the child. It is the role of a father to protect the innocence of your children. I'll give you a specific example, and I'll ask you a question.
Ask me.
Let me ask you.
Yes.
How old is your child?
1 year, 3 months now.
So when they're 2 years, will you give them your car to drive?
2 years?
Yes.
They can sit on the lap as I drive.
I'm talking about them driving.
No.
Why?
Yeah, so many reasons. They don't know how to. They are too small, first of all. They can't. Everything works against them driving.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the internet?
Yeah. It's the whole world.
In 2 years, will you give them the internet?
Yeah.
Will you?
Yeah, I feel so. They'll be on YouTube.
In 2 years, right?
Yeah, they'll have a tab.
Now that's a danger. And that's my philosophy. I don't know about other parents, but that's Filbert's school of thought.
Yeah.
Like, if driving is such a dangerous thing that you have to wait for your child to be 18 and trained to be given a certificate and taken to a school before they touch your car, then they should not touch your phone when they are 2 years old. In my school of thought, the internet is more dangerous than the car.
It's true. It's very true.
The car will crash and harm their physical body.
The one is the
but
mind.
The internet harms their mind. It harms their ideologies. It harms their beliefs. It harms a lot of things in their psychology that affect the people they become in future.
It's true.
Is it entirely bad? No, it is not. The internet is powerful. It also has information that is very useful for them. And therefore, I would say it is the responsibility of the parent to ensure that whatever you're giving your child on that gadget is age appropriate, it is scanned, it is protected, so that you're protecting their innocence.
Yeah.
So when I talk about innocence, that is where I'm coming from.
Okay.
The other thing is,
on that one, before you go to, and not to interrupt, I hope you have it in your mind. What's the appropriate age for internet, according to you? Or it's dependent per family?
You can do it at 2 years. Absolutely. You can do it at 2 years.
But controlled.
Okay. That you are very conscious that
you're not leaving it to chance.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll give you a specific example. For me, I've invested on child-friendly content. So, for example, baby Bible songs and whatever. And that is the thing that I want my daughter or my son at that age to be exposed to. Because it is part of the faith that I'm going to teach them, for example, as they grow up. And so the content that I wouldn't just allow them to watch movies, to play games.
Yeah, I was to ask about TV and even music. Yeah. Because even you might do that at your own home, but you'll be going out there for events and whatnot.
So I'd say, for example, there's a lot of gaming. Yeah. I know many people will have a lot of arguments around their beliefs around that space. But personally, I'm very cautious before I allow in fact, I don't have gaming consoles in my house. Yeah. It is very intentional. I don't either allow my children to go play gaming in other people's houses. Yeah. Because I have read And the information is out there. I have read on the kind of content that is available in those gaming consoles and the kind of ideologies that are being pushed in those gaming consoles.
Yeah.
And I don't think they are appropriate for the children at that age.
True.
So I'd rather they are deciding to play they do their gaming when they're 18. Yeah, and they have the ability to create those decisions.
Yeah.
But I believe by the time I'll have empowered them with the right tools to be able to discern, is this a decision I want to make or not?
And most importantly, subconsciously, because that period developmental age, the reason why for me it's so important is because it molds the subconscious.
Absolutely.
And you have to work very hard to change a subconscious belief.
Yeah.
So from that age of 18, whatnot, that now is the conscious, which can be changed or altered.
Yes.
So even if they see something bad, they can easily change it too.
And you know what?
Yeah.
The Bible says, train up a child in the way they should go.
Yeah.
And when they grow up,
they will not
depart from it. So what that means is, though they will deviate.
Yes, they will always come back.
They will deviate. They will always remember, this is what I was taught. And that's why the foundation is so critical. Then, so we spoke about protecting innocence.
Yes.
I think the other one that is so critical for me is the role of a father in parenting is to love their mother. To mold love to their mother. Yeah. Because they say if you really want your children to be confident and to go out there with a lot of confidence, they need to see you as a father show love to their mother. Yeah. So that is a very important, critical part of fathers. Yeah. Of course, you need to ensure that they are getting the right education. You need to prepare
the basics. Yeah.
You need to prepare inheritance for them.
Really, that's a role.
It is a role.
These days, with these rich people,
if you're a believer of the Bible says a good father leaves an inheritance for his children's children.
Not even his children.
No.
His children's
children.
Kabisa.
How is that possible if you're not leaving an inheritance for your children?
Because these days I'm seeing a lot of dads, families, not leaving any inheritance to their children, but because they don't want to spoil them.
So many people believe that when you take your child to school, that is inheritance enough.
They cheat the system.
I'm not opposed to that. Yeah, because in our community today, education is part of empowering your child to succeed in future. So ensuring that they get quality and good education.
I think it's an investment. It's not an inheritance.
It is an inheritance.
Really?
Because it is something you are living with them. That is my definition of inheritance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then faith. Faith is an inheritance, right?
Yeah, true.
Values is an inheritance because it is something you are living with them.
Yeah.
You will not. If you die today, you leave those things behind.
Yes.
And there are things that are going to empower them to live a more fulfilled and empowered life.
Life. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So those are some of the roles I would call out.
Yeah. I want to double click on the faith part.
Yes.
In the question is, I think the question there is does it mean it's not the responsibility of the mother? Of course, she needs to play her not to be ignorant of the whole space. Yeah. But then what happens if I have so many questions. Like, do you choose someone who's already in religion? Because, it's not like we're going to have children now start telling you, oh, by the way, I know you don't go to church, but it's your responsibility to install faith in this child.
So Lucy.
Yeah.
And I think we had this conversation with you.
Yeah, I can already see it in the office with our friends. I can see it, yeah.
We had this conversation with you some time back.
Yeah.
I always say, you cannot marry someone you don't trust. That's number one. Then number two, the only thing that probably would unite the two of you is your faith.
It's true.
Convictions.
Yeah.
In the sense that if you fight,
there's a higher
ground that both of you can come towards.
Yeah.
Because if you're running your way and the other person is running their way and there is no common reference, then they are chaos.
Yeah.
So at the beginning, before you decide that I'm settling down with this person, first of all, you need to be aligned in terms of faith.
In terms of faith.
Which is very critical.
Can I say that's the biggest role of a mother then?
Yes.
In faith? Making sure that the person who fathers your children has capacity to raise them in faith.
I think it is both.
Okay.
I won't.
Yes, of course there is.
I won't leave it to the mother. It is both of you. You know why?
Yeah.
Because the role of a father is the role of a man is to provide leadership.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you're not providing leadership in the relationship, even from a belief perspective, already there's a problem. You understand?
There's a disconnect.
So in terms of reinforcing the faith, there's a higher calling on the father to provide leadership to the wife and to the children. That's why I call it out as the role of a father.
But they are different. There are some scenarios that are a bit different.
There are
where maybe the wife is the one providing leadership in terms of religion.
The nurturer. Remember, the wife is a nurturer.
Oh, really? It hasn't changed? At the side 2023?
It does not change. And the role that they play in nurturing that faith in that child cannot be played by a man.
Okay. Yeah. Nurture.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I love it.
Yeah.
And the one this one I am very passionate about.
Yeah.
Papas.
Yes.
I didn't know that. It's the role of
It is the role of a father to elevate that conversation. You know, many of us grew up.
Yeah.
Then we had a sermon about papas when we are maybe 23 or 24.
And then now we are
and
what?
then we started figuring out,
and what is this, my
papas thing? And some of us have been looking for it until now.
Do you have your papas?
We're still. I think I have found my
Does it
papas.
change?
No.
It's one. It evolves, but it doesn't change.
The core of it. It will evolve in the expression, but it will not change.
Okay. What's yours?
Mine is
as we digress.
Mine is to help parents to raise godly generations.
Oh,
so
I think
the overarching one is transforming
lives.
It.
Yeah.
But the specific area of focus for me is the one of working with parents to raise godly children.
Okay.
But there's also one of mentoring young people, which is currently
the transformation
beginning to get a lot of expression in me, where I want to work with younger people and just raise them up and help them, even as they think about decisions on getting married. You know, I tell them about the mistakes I made and how they can avoid those mistakes.
Oh, I am so having you again.
So it's those different aspects, but the overarching is helping people's lives to get transformed positively.
I think so, for sure.
And for me, the anchor is of course biblical narrative. Christ. So pointing everyone to God.
So now you start initiating those conversations with your children as well. Also learning their talents, what they are good at, because I think also talent.
I hope I have permission from my son to share this.
Yeah.
My firstborn son, he's 14. My firstborn son wrote a vision board when he was 12.
Oh, for his life.
And that makes me so proud.
Oh, wow.
Like he wrote clearly what it is that he wants to do when he grows up.
Yeah.
And this is something that has been birthed in him on conversations we've been having. We exposed him to a lot of content around purpose. We play for him videos from Dr. Miles Monroe.
I love
purpose.
Miles. I love Miles.
We would play videos from Rick Warren about discovering your purpose, how to do that.
Yeah.
And one of the, I think, intriguing stories from Miles is he said he had discovered his purpose when he was 14. And so,
actually, I remember.
Yes.
He's actually the one person in my self-discovery journey that made me feel like I could actually find my purpose, because he said, you know, it can be confusing finding a purpose.
Very confusing.
But he said one thing that has stuck with me for a long time, which also even inspired the podcast. Is like, if there's a thing in a room that's happening and only seems to annoy you, means there's something there that is your purpose.
Absolutely.
Even in society, even in careers, whatever it is, but there's this one thing that only seems to annoy Lucy. For whatever reason, there's something. There's a seed.
You have a role to play in it.
Yes, you do. You do. I love it.
So it's those conversations that then begin to help this person. And I didn't tell him to do it.
Yeah.
It actually shocked me.
It's a seed that you plant.
It's a seed that you plant.
And then,
and his wardrobe is white. He's written with a marker.
The mother would have been, what?
Marker, you know, the one that annoys you, like, how did you do this? But when you look at the content,
you can't be mad.
You're happy. You cannot be mad. You're like, wow, this is such a powerful thing. I wish I had done that when I was young, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it is the role of a father to elevate that conversation in the child to begin to look for their purpose
Yeah.
early.
It's a seed
And I
plant,
think,
yeah.
and I think it is very easy for children to discover
I
purpose.
know.
I think they have more clarity than
They
us.
do.
We are
We are
more
not so-
clouded. We are more
yes,
clouded. We
everything
have
is-
more things we are thinking about. Many things that really cloud our head.
Yeah.
The clarity of a child is much higher.
Is much higher. I think so.